Hello everyone, it's Jackie and I'm back with a craft with me today, a tutorial for a little ephemera holder, tag and ephemera holder. This was the one I originally made for Tracy Fox's 2021 December Daily, which I really enjoyed. That was sort of a Tim Holtz version, and we're going to do this version today, which is double pocket with a tag which has got a little accordion booklet on the back and some ephemera in the front pocket. So we are going to start with a piece of card, 7.5 by 5.5. So 7.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score this at 3.5, at 7, and I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to score it at 5 on that edge. So this will make our first pocket. Before I cut it and glue it, I'm going to cover this with some book page, and I'm using this from an old typing manual. So I often do this off camera, but I'm going to try and do it on camera today to show you how I go about this. I'm a big glue stick fan, but I like a good glue stick, and I tend to use this Scotch one. I like Pritt stick as well, but that gets a bit messier. This one seems to stay, I don't know, doesn't get too sticky. Sort of around the edges, which a lot of them do. This isn't the cheapest glue stick by any means, but it does, I've got books or collages that I did a long time ago, years ago, and they're still stuck, so hopefully. So I'm just going to pop this on, I should try and line it up with the reverse side so I get it straight. There we go. You could leave the scoring till after you've done this, obviously. Okay. And we just get that cut out. Stays sort of damp for a little while, and I want it to dry before I try and fold it, so I'll let that dry and then I'll be back. Okay, so it's pretty much dry. I've rescored it, so hopefully you can see the score lines there, and I decided on this one to stitch along the top. So the next thing I need to do is just cut out couple of the corners. So I want to cut out this corner and this piece along here. Okay, and I am going to just taper this slightly into that fold there, and I'm going to taper the top here as well, just from the side to the score line, and the same here. And this one I'm going to cut straight, but I'm going to cut it on the upper edge of that score line. Okay, so then we just need to fold our pocket. help to fold your lines first. We're going to fold that side one in and glue that down, and then I'm going to fold that up. If you feel as if it's catching here, just shave a little bit more off this edge. Okay, and I'm going to use this art glitter glue. Coming to the end of this bottle, but should come out okay. There we go. Taking it right to the edge on both sides. It's hard to see. It's not coming out very quickly, but there is going to be enough glue there to do that. Glue that down, and then we're going to glue this up. I like to have this bottom flap on the outside so that anything I put in the pocket doesn't catch on it. So that's our pocket, or at least it's our first pocket. And that's all there is to that. Now I'm going to put another pocket on the front here. So I've got a piece of card, 4 inches by 2 3/4, and I'm going to score this at 1/4 inch, 3 1/2, and then 1/4 inch, and along the bottom 1/4 inch. Have I done that right? Sorry, I told you wrong. Oh, get rid of that. Basically, okay, so your piece of card is 4 inches by 2 3/4, and you're scoring 1/4 inch in on 3 edges, not 2 lots of 1/4. And then we're going to take these bottom corners out. Taper the top slightly. And this, I'm hoping, is going to just fit on the front. She says, hopefully. Like that. So that our pocket with those fold-ins, we've got the sort of full width. We've got the full width to slot anything in. So I'm just going to score those. Well, not score them. I'm going to press them down with my button folder. Again, I'm going to fold this bottom one up on the outside. So I'm just going to stick that down first. And then glue these other 3 tabs, or glue the 3 tabs. Pop that on the front. Then I've cut out an image to fit on the front pocket, which is 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. And that's just going to sit on there like that. This is cut from the Girls' Book of Flower Fairies. could make it the whole size if you wanted to. I quite like it with a little border around it. Put that in there. And I think just a little label of some description on the bottom there would look quite nice. I rarely make anything without a Tracy Fox label. Okay, so there's our front pocket. Now the tag to go in, I've got a piece of card which measures 6.5 by 3 1/4. I'm just going to double check that that will fit in there. It does. And the image I've chosen for that is again from that same book, so we sort of tone in with the theme. I suppose you can call it a theme. When I found this, well, when I tore this image out, there's a little bit of the page, I must have cut something else out of that page, but I like the idea of a bit of collage down here anyway, so I've just got a little bit of sort of foreign text paper here. I'm just going to tear that up to a point, and I'm going to pop that over there just to dress that up a little bit. And probably put another label on it. Let's see, something in brown would look nice, brown or green or black. Brown one, and I'm just going to cut it down like that. A bit more glue stick. Everybody's doing okay. I haven't been around quite so much recently. Mojo went walkabout for a little while. So when that happens, I tend to art journal, stuff like that. Collage, really. I say art journal, it's more of a collage type approach. This type of thing. A glue book, I think you'd call it. Just messing about, really. Right, so I'm just taking the corners off because I want this to be a tag shape. And I'm going to stitch round the edge of this with a straight stitch, so I'll do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so we're nearly done. I've cut a piece of paper, 5.5 by 9 3/4, and I've scored that at 3 1/4 and 6.5. So it's going to make an accordion fold writing space on the back here. So let's get that glued on. I'll just use the glue stick for this. sure that's right up to the edge. Doesn't show on the front, that's good. That gives you some writing space. We need an eyelet. Now I'm just using the crocodile. I'm going to use some crinkled seam binding that I've just dyed with a little bit of distress ink. I think I'll start with a piece about 18 inches long. Okay. It's still a bit damp, so I just need to let that dry and stay crinkled. And I found some little bits to put in the front pocket. We've got a Tim Holtz photograph, a library card, and a piece from a cigarette album. I'm just going to find a little bit of lace to stitch on the top there, and then we'll be done. I'll be back to show you the final result. So there we are, all done. This is our little accordion fold paper. And a few bits and bobs in the front pocket. I did a second one just because I quite enjoy doing this sort of thing. And this was my prototype. I have used the same book for all of them, but you could use any sort of illustrations. Botanicals would work really nicely with this as well. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.